So right away we get the Nine of Wands. So you guys are, sorry, I had some cards fall down. You guys are worried that everything is going to come crashing down around you. So there's something being brought up from your past that was like old, like something you forgot about. But you're strong enough to deal with it, and there's a new stable beginning. Listen, like the message that I'm getting is that your guides are trying really hard to get in touch with you. And you are getting like glimmers of their messages, but instead of tuning into them, you are like, oh, just dismissing it. Like I must be crazy, or you just, yeah, 8 of Cups. So the energy's kind of all over the place. Who's coming in? So you guys are having to walk away from emotional baggage that is holding you back. You know what? I need more light. What's happening? Here we go. Ah! What in the world? I'm a hot mess. Good thing nobody's in here yet. I guess you guys will see me scrambling on the replay if anybody watches it. But yeah, so one of the ways that I explain communicating with your guides is people don't realize how much energy it takes for your guides to communicate with you. And we have the Queen of Wands. So you are very capable of being intuitive. You are very capable. You are getting the messages from your guides, but you're second guessing it and almost explaining it away, thinking that you're crazy, but you are getting these messages and your guides really want you to lead into that. Hi, can you ask a question in the comments and I'll pull a card for you? But you're very intuitive. And it takes a lot of energy for your guides to get the messages to you. So if you could like lean into it. How does AV feel about you truly? All right, Mia. How does AV feel about you? Let's see if we get a card for that. So while I'm waiting for a card from Mia, listen, you guys are all very intuitive and very psychic, and your guides are working really hard to communicate with you. But you guys are second guessing yourselves and you're dismissing the messages that you're getting. And your guides really want you to lean in to the messages. Hi, Danielle. Your guides really want you to lean into the messages because they do work so hard to give them to you. And a way that I like to explain this is like, imagine there's somebody really far down the street. Yeah, what are you sorry about? When a card comes out, I'll let you know. And you're like, hey, I got to tell you something. And they're like, oh, and they think that they hear something, but then they're like, oh no, I'm just crazy. I'm not hearing anything. And they keep walking in the other direction away from you. Are you going to keep like putting in the effort to try to yell down the street at them? No, you're probably going to give up and conserve your energy. But if they're like, oh, hey, I hear them, they're trying to tell me something, and they, start coming towards you and start leaning in and start trying to like hear the message, you're going to keep trying to get the message through, right? So your guides want to see that you're receptive to it, and they will give you more messages. All right, Mia, here we go. So we have the Three of Wands. Is AV at a distance from you? Are you guys far away? So how I read the Three of Wands, Mia, is either you're waiting for your ships to come in. So you're either waiting for something to come to you, or you've sent the ships out. So you're sending something away. Or it could even mean that he has sent somebody, like a third person, to come and talk to you on his behalf. Okay. And then, so we have the Lovers right behind it, Mia. So what is your gut feeling, Mia? Is he waiting for you to come to him, or is he sending you out on your way? Or has he sent a third person to come out and communicate with you for him? Which one, Mia? Because then we have the Lovers. And this is a divinely guided card. So it can be a romantic card, but how I read it is like, and look at, and that's your guides trying to give you the messages, right? But this is like your guides trying to heal you. um, because I'm really feeling like you're waiting to see him. Yeah. But I think it's more like you need to worry about healing yourself instead of waiting on him. So that's what it was. So you were waiting for him to come to you, Mia. But instead of waiting on him, what I'm getting is that you need to do some healing for yourself. Your guides are trying to get in touch with you. You need to listen to what your guides are telling you. Your guides are sending you messages, and they're also healing you. Merry Christmas, guys. So I see there's a few of you in here now. You can ask questions in the comments, and I'll pull cards for you. Yeah, Mia, so you know that you're getting messages. Listen, Mia, here you go. And you need to like take, I'm sorry, but you need to take your dignity and you need to walk away from this. This card is telling me yes, that you should let him go. Not even let him go. You need to walk away. You need to remove yourself from the situation. So if anybody wants to, listen, you guys can chime in on Mia's situation because I want this to be like a community where we can all talk to each other and be there for each other. Or you can ask me a question in the comments and I can pull a card for you. Listen, Mia, here we go. Because you're the Empress, Mia. You're the Empress. So you wait for the good things to come to you. You shouldn't be chasing. You should be attracting. So you should be waiting for somebody to come to you. So if you have to chase him, that's your answer, right? Because you are like, the Empress is above all the queens. She's like the HBIC, Mia. Like, this is you. You are not seeing how 6'7". Sorry, my son does that. That's hilarious. But Mia, you don't give yourself enough credit for how valuable you are, is what this is saying. And so, and we have the Fool in reverse, right? So you need to just walk away, right? You need to walk away and go on your own healing journey, but you're like resisting that, Mia. And Mia, I feel like that you were in a live before, right, Mia? And I feel like you got a similar message. Do you feel like you're getting messages from your guides? And does that feel like similar to what I'm telling you? Because girl, like, follow your own intuition before anything I say, right? Like, I'm here to just kind of like help you sort through things, but you need to like listen to your own intuition. So listen, guys, we have the Sun card, and this is the happiest card in the deck. You guys have access to all the things. Should you let him go? Yes, Mia, yes. But not even let him go. You just walk away and choose yourself. You have the Sun card, and this baby is just like, boom, here I am, and he's free, and he's confident, and he's like good with himself, right? But Mia, you're really indecisive. You can't make the decision. Once you walk away, though, you will find your happiness. It's not going to be with him. You were in the hospital for a few weeks and he never called until you were out. Mia, is that not your answer? There's a few of you in here. Anybody want to chime in the comments and give Mia some feedback on her situation? If he didn't check on you, girl, when you were in the hospital, I meant to ask, should I see other people also or focus on... So that's, you know, you need to decide that. But from what I know about healing and how the universe works, I would say you need to be by yourself and do your healing. Because if you start a new relationship on the same frequency that you're on right now, you're going to attract the same kind of thing, right? So if you take time to heal yourself and you raise your vibration, then the next relationship that you attract is going to be on a higher level. Does that make sense, Mia? So if anybody else wants to chime in on Mia's situation in the comments and give her any advice, like, do it, right? Or if you want to just ask your own question in the comments and I can pull you a card. Because Mia, I think you're getting the same messages from your guides, like your own intuition, and what I'm telling you all lines up. It's just not the answer that you want, right? It's not the answer that you want. So you're going to keep asking, hoping that somebody's going to give you the answer that you want. You want us to say, oh my goodness, yes, he loves you. And he's going to realize that he's messing up and he's going to come back and everything's going to be great. But Mia, like, that's not reality, girl. That's not reality. You're going to have to do the work. Yeah, you're going to have to do the hard thing and walk away and choose yourself and heal yourself. And then your happy ending will come after you heal yourself. Keep coming back, Mia, because I want to see you through this journey and I want to hear your happy ending. Mia, because he's holding you back. He's holding you back. And we have justice. You deserve something that is fair and balanced, and you're not getting that from him. You were in the hospital and he never even checked on you. That is not a fair and balanced relationship or situation. You deserve more than that. Oh, jeez. My light keeps going off. Hold on, guys. Ah. There we go. So what are you thinking, Mia? You know, I think you should like sit with this and meditate on it. So this card means victory, right? So this card talks about like going to a battle, like you went off to a battle and you fought, but you won and you came back victorious. And now there's people cheering you on and happy for you. Hi, Brada. Ask a question in the comments. So Mia, like you have what it takes to get past this situation. And all the cards are saying that, you know, you're going to be victorious and you're going to have your happy ending, but you have to get to the other side of this. And this guy that is making you feel like you need to go and ask other people if he's worth it. Like if he was worth it and if he was into you, you wouldn't have to ask, right? But you can have your happy ending, but you have to walk away from him. So if anybody wants to ask a question in the comments, I'll pull a card for you. We have the 7 of Pentacles. So this talks about like work that you've put in and you are reassessing if what you are getting in return is worth what you put into it, right? Like, is it an equal give and take? Are you happy with the fruits of your labor? Because if you're not happy with what you're getting out of a situation, then maybe you need to stop putting into the situation and start putting your effort elsewhere where you can get a better return on your investment. And we have the Knight of Swords. So this talks about like rushing in. And yeah, I feel like you're trying to rush the process. Like you just want to find love now, right? And I get it. We all do, right? But that's not how it works. You need to walk away from this bad situation. You need to do your healing. You need to raise your vibration, raise your self-worth, and then you'll attract something that is in a better position. So until somebody else asks a question, I'm just going to do a general reading, and whatever cards pop up are for everybody. And a lot of times, especially with such a small group like this, the messages will apply to more than one person. You're welcome, Mia. And listen, this is the card of the flip-flopper, right? Mia, and we already talked about this. He is a flip-flopper. So one day he likes you, one day he doesn't, one day he's all about it, one day he's not, one day he's trying to pay attention to you, then you don't know where he is. Like, he's a flip-flopper. You don't want a flip-flopper. Hi, Karen. Do you have a question? And then we have the Emperor. So this is like you guys are the boss. You guys are stepping into your power. Oh, the Page of Wands in reverse. So this talks about like wanting to go after what you're passionate about, but like being hesitant about it. Do you have a question, Karen? Ooh, we have the Star. Listen, guys. Listen, this is like the wish upon a star. Your wish is going to come true. Follow your North Star. Follow your North Node. Like, what is your destined path? What is your biggest wish? Because if you do the work, if you do the healing, you tune in and listen to your guides, by next year, your biggest wish can come true. Karen, what does 2026 look like for you? Okay. Woo! Cards wanted to come out right away. So we have, all right, we have the Hermit. So Karen, I don't know if you like to keep to yourself or not, but the Hermit is very spiritual and very psychic, right? So I feel like your psychic abilities in 2026 are really going to step it up. Oh, you know what? He's your guide trying to get your attention with his little lantern, like, hey, I'm over here. I have something to tell you. Get in tune with your guides because they have something to tell you. And your guides don't sugarcoat it. They're going to tell you it like it is. Hi, Sora. Love life guidance from me when I get a true life partner. This is for all of you guys. Listen, this is the World card and this is completion. You're stepping into a whole new world. You guys are stepping into a whole new timeline. But the thing is, like, it doesn't just get handed to you. Oh, thank you, Sarah. This new life and this new timeline does not just get handed to you for free. You have to put in some work and you have to participate. I know a lot of people are just like, oh, just, you know, sit back and manifest. No, like, it's not just your thoughts, it's your actions also. You have to participate. You have to do the work and you have to do the healing. And we have the Sun card again. So there's just like such, 2026 is going to be a really happy year for you. But this talks about your confidence, right? You have to step into your confidence. You have to be able to show up like, here I am. This is me. Take it or leave it. And I don't care if you leave it because you guys are going to be so comfortable with yourselves. And that is going to bring you the most happiness. Yeah. So whoever missed the beginning part of this, oh my gosh, I put it back and I was shuffling and the Sun card came back out. That, like, your guides really want you to know really how happy you are going to be. You've been taking back your power. That's awesome, Karen, because that's how you get in alignment for your wishes to come true, for the happy, like, listen, that's how you step into the new timeline, right? You have to stop putting up with crap that you would have put up with in your old life because you're not the same person. This is for all of you. There's like 3 of you in here right now. So this is for all of you because you would be amazed at how these messages will apply to more than one person. So this is like the beginnings of stability and possibly money coming in. Listen, these are the messages. Your guides are trying so hard to communicate with you and you guys are just second guessing it and you're not taking it seriously. When you start to get like a twinge of a message from your guide, you're like, oh, maybe I'm crazy. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm not psychic. Or maybe you're saying you don't fully believe in those things. But listen, your guides are putting in work to communicate with you and to get messages to you because now, like, it's literally, I don't know if you guys follow astrology, but we're literally like in a portal right now where you can step into like the best time of your life. You guys, I swear to God, I know you're not like seeing my cards, but I put this back in and shuffled and it popped out 3 times in a row. This is the happiest card in the deck. The happiest card in the deck. But it's also about the sign of Leo. And it's about being confident and prideful, like taking pride in yourself. So it's like when you step into your self-worth, that's when you're able to tap into this new life. I know, I love the Sun card too. And it just came out like 3 times in a row. Look at, like, I put it back and I'm shuffling. I'm not like, it literally just popped out 3 times in a row. I have it pop, like, I have cards pop out 2 times in a row, but 3 times in a row is like insane. Your guides want you to know the happiness that's like right on the other side of the door for you. And we have the Death card. And the Death card is not a scary card. It's actually a very exciting card because this is the card of transformation. And this is like you're a survivor. Yeah, Karen, for sure it is. But this talks about you being a survivor. So things that would have taken out most people, you just used it as fuel to your fire. You used it as motivation. So instead of like crumbling under the heartache or crumbling under the pressure, you guys come back stronger. Yeah, okay. And the 3 of Swords is coming out to acknowledge everything that you've been through, everything that you've overcome. And you guys might be still going through your heartache, but you have to believe in your own self-worth enough that whatever is hurting you, like, isn't for you anyway. And that's the truth. So the Ace of Swords came out to confirm that everything I just said was the truth, but this is also like your epiphany moment, right? Like, so something's going off in your head. This is you finally getting the message from your guides where you're like, ding, ding, ding. Like, I get it, right? Like, you found the way to really hear your guides' messages. Transmute the pain into power and love. Exactly, Karen. Exactly. 2026 is going to be a really exciting year for the people that are willing to show up and do the work. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Like, you can't make this stuff up, right? So this is like Jesus take the wheel, except like letting, you know, your guides take the wheel, or letting God take the wheel, or letting the universe take the wheel. So listen, you do have to show up. You do have to do the work. You do have to do the healing, but you are so divinely guided, and some of this is your destiny, right? Like, it's going to be so easy. Not like you have to do something. You can't just sit there and do nothing and be like, oh, I'm going to manifest. Like, yes, I believe in manifestation, but like, you have to do something to help bring it into this world, right? Like, you have to do something. Your guides need something to work with. But yes, you're going to have such divine guidance. Does anybody else have a question? And I was getting, okay, so you need to plant the seed, but your guides are going to make it like, whoosh, like bloom, right? Like, you need to set up the dominoes. So when it's time, your guides can knock them down and set everything into motion. You need to set up the bowling pins so that when it's time, your guides can come and knock down the strike for you, right? So like, your guides are going to do the heavy lifting, but you have to like set it in motion. Hi. Do you guys have a question? What your love life looks in 2026? So this is like, what you're doing now is not sustainable. So you're doing too much on your own, and you need to either like put down some of your responsibilities, even if it's just temporary, or ask for help, or, you know, you have to switch up your routine or your schedule or your commitments. You don't have to say yes to every commitment, every invitation. You're taking on too much right now. Yeah, ask a question. What does your love life look in 2026, Karen? So, Karen, there might be a lot of suitors fighting over you. And you might have a hard time picking. Oh. Okay. Oh, I think you asked this before, right? So you guys are still in no contact? Okay. So what does he truly feel for you? So we have the Temperance, right? And this talks about healing. This talks about having patience. This talks about your intuition. This talks about there being a long road ahead. He's dipping his toes in the water. Didn't we get this for you last time for this question? Is he talking to somebody else? Is he talking to somebody else? You don't know. I get the feeling that he's talking to somebody else. Tomorrow, going to write an exam. Are you gonna, okay. So are you gonna do a good job on your exam? It's just, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't think so. That's not what I'm feeling. Because it's been no contact for so long. And I'm gonna say the same thing that I was saying To the other girl, it's like, I feel like you just keep asking for answers because you don't like the answers that you're getting. So you think if you ask enough people enough times, somebody will give you the answer that you want. But you already know the answer. It's been no contact. Didn't he block you? Okay. So give us a card about the exam. How are you going to do on the exam? So how are you going to do on the exam? So this is kind of like Jesus take the wheel, right? Um not that you don't have to put in work, right? Because you have to study for the exam. But yeah, you're gonna just seem to know the answers as they come up on the exam. You're gonna float right through it, almost like you're channeling. Like you're being guided through the exam. No, he didn't. He didn't block you. So that's a good card. No, you're going to do good. And it's going to feel easy. It's like, as each question comes up in the exam, you're going to be like, oh, I know that. Oh, I know that. What to do when people are bothering me? You ignore them and you block them, girl. So the Wheel of Fortune is like your destiny. So like you're destined to pass. It's like Jesus take the wheel, God take the wheel, universe take the wheel. So it's like you're going to be guided through it. I can't say your name, but AB, like this, there's a third party situation. There's somebody else. Go ahead and ask a question. Yeah, the question, Daya, the question was about tomorrow's exam. So that's what the answer was for, that you're going to be guided through the exam and you're going to just seem to know the answers as the questions come. Ooh. And we have the Page of Pentacles. So this is like, you guys are all on the verge of something stable, but it's in the very beginning stages. Yeah, good luck on the exam. That's what I want. I want you guys to talk in the comments. I want you to interact. I want you to cheer each other on. I want this to be like a little community. Yes, it's like another, yeah. I feel like he's seeing somebody else and that's why he's not talking to you. That's what I feel, but you trust your own intuition, right? Cards are flying out. Listen, you guys don't want to make a decision, but what you're doing right now is not sustainable. Like, AB, you don't want to move on. You don't want to move on, but what you're doing right now is not sustainable. You can't just keep waiting for him. Because if he wanted you, yes, you should move on. Yes, because when a man, and if there's any men in here, chime in on this, but when a man wants a woman, he goes and he gets that woman, right? Like he would be coming after you. He would be calling you. He would be texting you. He would be like coming to get you, making you his. He's not doing that. That's your answer. So if there's any men in here, can you chime in on that? Like, AB, you want a man that is gonna come and pursue you. Yeah, he is not doing any, right? And that's your answer. Yes, like Karen said, you deserve so much more. You deserve a man that like wants you and wants to pursue you and wants to make you happy. For sure. No, you're not being dumb. You're being human. I think all of us at one point have had to have this pep talk, right? At one point or another. You're human. Don't be down on yourself. Listen, AB, do you stay up at night upset and crying about this? Because that's what me and Karen are telling you. Like, you don't need to be staying up, stressing out over a guy that's not worth it. Yeah. Yeah, we have the Two of Cups in reverse. He is not for you. You are not equally yoked. You do not see eye to eye. Like, he is not it. Okay? He is not it, girl. So, yeah. We have the Moon card. So you're not seeing everything clearly. And this can be for all of you, but you're not seeing everything clearly. So when it's dark out, but the moon is giving some light, right? So you might see like glimmers and shadows of things, but you're not seeing things as clearly as you would see them in the light of day, right? So just understand that whatever situation you think it is, you're not seeing it clearly right now. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and this talks about that you need to work on your own self-worth, okay? And this is for all of you, but AB girl, like, you are so much more worthy than you are giving yourself credit for. And once you take some time for yourself and work on your own self-worth and understand what you're worth, and like, just don't tolerate anything less, right? I don't know how. Listen, you're not dumb. Stop saying it. And you're trying to juggle things that don't balance, right? You're trying to balance things that don't balance, and it's causing chaos in your life. But listen, the 10 of Cups is here, right? So you can have the husband and the kids and the house and the land and whatever it is that would fulfill you emotionally. Like, you can have that. But, excuse me, you have to do the healing. And the Page of Swords. So there are things coming for you. Yep. There are things coming for you in your life that will make you feel young again, that will make you feel excited about life again. Listen, and sometimes we're scared to let things go because we're scared to leave like an emptiness in our life. But sometimes we have to have the void in our life for a little while we're doing the healing, and hold that space for something better to come in. Does that make sense? You thought he loved you, but he's showing you now that he doesn't, right? And I'm sorry if I'm like being too harsh or too straightforward, but I just want to say what I feel is the truth. But always trust your own intuition before what I say or anybody else says. Trust your own intuition, but always be careful. Like, is it your intuition or is it your fear or your insecurity? Karen, thank you for chiming in and being there for her. So surround yourself with your friends. Surround yourself with people that cheer you on and lift you up. Oh, and we have the Hermit. Girl, you need to stay by yourself for a little while. You need to stay by yourself for a little while. And I think I said this to the other girl earlier. If you just like jump from toxic relationship into another relationship, you're going to jump into a relationship that is the same toxicity, because you need to take that time on your own to raise your frequency, to raise your self-worth, and then you will be able to attract something that is more on a higher level. Does that make sense? You don't have any friends so you can share anything? Okay, maybe start a hobby. Maybe start a hobby, go to a class regularly until you can meet people. Come to these lives and connect with us. Listen, we have the Death card again. You guys are in the middle of a transformation, and guess what? Healing is uncomfortable. Think about it. When you have a wound and it scabs over because it's healing, it's itchy, right? Healing is uncomfortable. Think about growing when you were a kid and you had growing pains. Like, think about how painful that was. So healing is uncomfortable. Growing can be painful. Think about how it feels to fully transform who you are. This is uncomfortable. You have to let yourself be uncomfortable to level up. And because you have been through so much, and you know, everything I just said is true, right? And what I'm saying right now is like really getting through to you guys, I feel like, where it's like ding, ding, ding. Like, I hope things are connecting, and I hope that this like shifts your perspective. Why are people being mean to me? Who's being mean to you, Mia? I am being stuck. I know. We've all felt stuck. Mia, who do you think is being mean to you? Do you think I'm being mean to you? Social media bullying. Because people on social media are mean, girl. People on social media are mean. We got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse again. This is like, listen, it's your self-worth. I don't know how else to say it, and I don't want to come across mean, but you guys need to work on your self-worth. You need to value yourself and send that message out into the universe that you value yourself, and then other people will follow suit, right? People can sense it. People can sense it on you when you have a low self-esteem, or you don't think highly of yourself, or you don't have high standards. Like, people can sense that and they'll take advantage of it. It's just the truth, right? And we have the Six of Swords, but you're going to calmer waters. You're going to a better place. I don't have much longer. I have like 10% battery left. But you guys are all shifting. You guys are all shifting into a better life. But you, like I said, I'm going to keep saying it because sometimes you need to hear it multiple times before it really sinks in. You need to do the healing. You need to do the work. You need to set higher standards for yourself. And if you do these things, your guides are bringing you and leading you into a better life. Does anybody have one last question before we call it a night? We have the Emperor. And this is the husband of the Empress, but he is the boss. So you guys are in control, right? And you have more power than you guys are giving yourselves credit for. And you need to find a way to tap into that power and step into it. And I think a big part of this is finding out a way to tune into your guides when your guides are giving you messages. Because your guides literally want to walk you through this step by step. You just have to listen. Does that make sense? I was just... The Queen of Pentacles just fell out again. I can't stress it enough. It all comes back down to your own self-worth. So, and it came out again. The Death card, you're transforming. And you're using all your pain of everything that you've been through to transform. You didn't let it break you. You used it as fuel to your fire. You used it as motivation to make yourself better. So I think that's a really good place to leave it. Subscribe to my channel, and I think that will make you notified next time I go live. So have a good night, guys. Bye.